Hey there, YouTube. This is my first video posting information about my first AK-47. For all you guys out there, I'm kind of a gun enthusiast. I'd say I'm less of a gun collector, but I've got a nice set of handguns and AR-15s and shotguns, and this is the first AK-47 I've ever purchased. So I did a little research, ended up buying the Saiga arsenal, and this is my product review. Case I got here is a Maxpedition double gun case. I'd say it's pretty nice in the fact that it's pretty clean looking designs, but if you look at it, it's not a very big case, so you end up looking at only really fitting one gun in there with some accessories. So I thought I'd just kind of quickly open it up and show you some of the things I have. If you open the inside, it has a nice case, nice pockets here, some separate pockets underneath. And quite frankly, it's good, I think, if I take it to the range to be able to slip a pistol inside it or something like that, because it has nice snap connectors on the inside. And there's my couple boxes of ammo, magazine, and another magazine that I purchased that I'll talk about later. But first and foremost, let me talk a little bit about the information that comes with the Saiga. This here is the product brochure. It's the SGL-21. There's not a whole lot of mods I'm going to do to the gun. I think I'm going to keep it pretty much stock. I kind of like the lines of how they look traditionally. Along with that, you get a nice brochure that shows information about the gun itself. I thought one interesting point about the gun was a document that came inside of it. I'll see if I can open it up here with one hand. But what it showed was a certificate. I thought this was kind of cool, but the certificate has inspection information about it, and it shows that it was inspected. These are Russian-built firearms, but then they come to the U.S. and have a couple of mods made to them, so I thought that was pretty interesting. The other item that I thought was kind of cool too, that I've never seen come with any of my ARs, was a target that shows here kind of the information about the rounds. Obviously it's in the black zone, but these are at 75 yards, or roughly 25 meters, so a little over 75 yards. But not bad. It's for a iron sight gun, I think that's a decent gun. So let me move on to the inside. I'll open the case up here and I'll give you a little bit of overview on the gun itself. Inside you'll see basically Maxpedition, really nice product actually. Like again, they call it a two-gun gun case, but quite frankly, I don't think it really fits two long rifles. But this is pretty much the case itself. Let me talk a little bit about the Saiga. I did some research, and there's a few brands out there. There's Romanian, there's Russian AKs, and quite frankly, when I looked at them, I saw that the AK-47 by Saiga had the best finish and fit. When you get the gun, it comes with a standard 5-round mag, and I think it'd be pretty cool for hunting if you wanted to take the rifle out hunting with it. But quite frankly, I think everybody wants to immediately go to the higher capacity mags. Let me first just kind of go over a couple things on the excuse me here while I do this with my hand. Let me talk a little bit about the gun. Like I said before, I'm not really doing many mods to the gun itself, but I have made a couple little changes, and I'll talk about those. If you look here, it's a pretty nice looking gun. It's got the side rail. If I open it up on the side here, it's got the adjustable sights. And really one thing I like most about the gun, and I would say, is the flash suppressor. It's the kind of an open cavity flash suppressor. It's got, I think, pretty traditional style flash suppressor on the gun. And then as far as the gun itself, I'm looking to probably maybe change the stock. That's probably the only thing I'll do on the stock itself. So maybe a mod there. But one thing I did very early on was I changed out to an ergo grip. If you look at this ergo grip, much more comfortable than the traditional grip that comes with them. The AK grips are plastic, pretty small. I'm a pretty good sized guy, so having a bigger grip for me, I think, felt a lot better. And this ergo grip went on really easily. So I think anybody who's looking to buy a new grip, I would definitely look strongly at this one. Hogue makes a good one too, but I would say that the Ergo grip is probably better. If you look on the bottom here, I can't see if I can open it up for you, but there's a cavity underneath the inside of this thing to allow you to put batteries, maybe an extra shell or two if you feel like you need to have a backup shell. And that's about it. The other quick thing I did on the gun was I added a 2-point sling. This is a Viking tactical sling. Great sling. I have these on all my ARs, and quite frankly, you know, I think there's a lot of debate whether single point versus 2-point sling is the better way to go. I personally have chosen the 2-point sling. If I look at how easy it is for me to handle the gun when I'm trying to reload a magazine or possibly move the gun from a front position to a rear position on my back, the 2-point's just quite frankly way more versatile. And the Viking tactical, I think it's VTAC is what they call it, is really adjustable. It's got quick adjust clips here, very comfortable, padded shoulder, all that stuff. So pretty impressed with the gun, with the shoulder strap as a whole. A couple of things, if you look here, I'll get it nice and close. You can see the Saiga brand. If you look over here, there is the Arsenal Las Vegas. Again, like I said earlier in the video, that the guns are coming to the U.S. and then they are slightly modified. They have a couple of U.S. parts put on them to make them legal. You'll see here in this part of the stock, you'll see a U.S. stamp there, and then if I come over here to this side, you'll see also, if I come in a little closer, in the foregrip, a U.S. stamp. But pretty much everything about this gun is Russian made. It is a stamped frame receiver, not milled. So, you know, I think if you look for a milled receiver on an AK, you're looking to pay about $1,500. This one picked up at my local gun shop for about $800, and that was not out the door. I had sales tax to pay, but you know, for the most part, about $800 plus sales tax. So you probably may be able to look around in your areas and find a good one for that same price. Haven't really taken the gun apart too much yet. I did just a few things to clean it and be able to just inspect the workings. If I look at the other side of the gun, of course it has the traditional AK safety. For those of you guys who've ever owned one, it's going to put that little mark right there. That's just it's a trait of every AK. You're not going to be able to avoid that. So if you don't like scratches on your guns, you're going to have to get used to this one with a scratch on it, because that's just how they're built, and they've been built like that since the first day they were put in action. So, but for the most part, one thing I'd say about the gun is it's extremely sturdy, very tight fit and finish. And that was a big deal to me. I've looked at a lot of AKs at my shop that I go to and hit the range, and quite frankly, a lot of them are junk. I mean, they're just, saw one the other day that had rust on it. These Russian AKs and Romanian AKs are all pretty much very you know, poorly built in my position, at least when they come straight from the manufacturer. Arsenal does a beautiful job of putting a nice, like a Duracoat finish on it. As you can see here, it just is really nice. Let me quickly talk about the mags. So as I mentioned earlier, the magazines that come with the gun, there's a 5-round plastic polymer mag. My shop sells these. These are by Random out of Poland. I'm not sure if this is the exact name of the company that makes them, but they're a clear plastic. I was a little bit, you know, hesitant because I kind of like all black, but quite frankly, if you look at the gun's magazine, there's some nice things about it. One, if you look on the very end here, the follower is plastic, but if you look to the very right here, you'll see metal embedded in the polymer. This is the part that clips into the gun that quite frankly can wear out pretty quickly on these AK mags. So that's pretty nice because that means it's going to last a long time. But so far, been really happy with it. If you look at the way these mags go in, you just basically slide that into the thing and it snaps in place, and that's basically how it rolls. So I'm going to be taking this to the range here the next few days, put some more rounds through it, and going to be pretty excited. I think I've become a new AK fan. Like I said, I've got a number of AK AR-15s, and I think this is the next next type of gun I'm going to be shooting for a little bit more. All right, thanks so much for watching my video. I love your comments, and as always, this is my first video, so I apologize if I've made a couple of mistakes, but hopefully I'll post some more videos here shortly with some of my other toys, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks.